Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Uncanny X-Men issue number 16 with this most beautiful of covers. Oh, mwah. Yes, this is a variant cover. This is the Yasmine Putri variant cover. And I'm in love. I'm in love with this cover. I want Yasmine Putri to do all the variant covers featuring Moonstone from this point on. No, man, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is about as good as it gets. I loved this. Is the rest of the book as good as this? Yeah, it actually kind of is. This was probably the best issue of Uncanny X-Men of this particular volume that I've read yet. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Still waiting for them to bring back the religious places that they got rid of, because what? But for now, wow, this was good. Let's get into who made this stuff. We got Matthew Rosenberg on writing duties, Salvador Larroca on art, Guro FX on colors, VC's Joe Caramagna on letters, LaRocca and Rachel Rosenberg doing the cover art, and Yasmine Putri, of course, doing this beautiful variant cover of the week, man, by far, hands down. Will Sliney and Rachel Rosenberg do the Asgardian variant cover art, and thank you to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for creating the original X-Men, including Cyclops. So I started off not liking this comic book very much because I'm seeing Captain America being treated like so bad again. Like, I'm sorry, Cap just doesn't... That's not Captain America, and I don't think that Rosenberg should be writing Captain America anymore. Can we switch him out with Tony Stark? Or even better, freaking Nick Fury. You know, so why is Captain America doing this? This actually sounds, honestly, this is a little bit more like what Carol Danvers would do. This is not Captain America, though. It's not. Until I see Captain America's fighting side by side with mutants to prove that he's trustworthy, I'm so sick and tired of seeing them just butcher Steve Rogers like this. There's a funny scene in here, though. Really funny scene, because what do you call it? Cap is like, I heard you got a couple extra people in there, man. A couple extra prisoners. And he's like, I'm trusting you with these prisoners, so deal. And he still gets a tip from Captain America to go off and do some stuff. The guys are like, so how come you're not turning over Hope? How come you're not turning over Dark Beast? It's like, oh, well, Hope is a legacy character. She's Cable's daughter, therefore my granddaughter, and she's really important, even though she took out my eye. Absolutely, we can't turn her over. No, we can't do that. It's like, so Alex is like, okay, so Dark Beast, whose screwed up kid is he? Says that, I turn the page. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. That's why it's like, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Okay, I'm down with that. No, it's not really. It's just the anyway. So we see the Brotherhood returns, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, so soon. And Magneto, no, they can't be, because Magneto's, gone. He's lost. Like, what the hell are they doing? Well, you know how Major X is like this return to the 90s? Yeah, well, we get a genuine return to the 90s with the actual identity of... I'm not going to get into that. You got to read the comic books to understand. And, yep, that's freaking perfect. That was great. Did not expect that. We get a new member joining the X-Men. No, I'm not actually talking about Hope. Because, yes, Hope Summers does join the X-Men. She's voted into it. Why? Because Scott steps down. Is that a good idea? No! And Scott himself says it's not a great idea. But at the same time, he's stepping down anyway, so he doesn't get a vote. He's stepping down because the X-Men don't trust him. Not all of them. And he needs the trust of everybody. So, was it the best tactical idea? No, not at all. Was it the best idea overall to actually garner trust and bring up the morale of this ragtag group of X-Men? You betcha. In the words of, was it Sarah Palin you said? You betcha. I'm going to go shoot a wolf. Anyway, so talking about shooting wolves, the end of this comic book was pretty impressive because it did several things. One, we show that a pretty major character dies, apparently. More than that, this is a proof. Yes, Danny Moonstar, my girl, and I'm waiting for a freaking figure to come out so I can grab it. Danny Moonstar does have her powers back. One of her minor powers, and go check out Mirage, explained in a minute. But Danny Moonstar, you can look up Danny Moonstar, explained in a minute. Psych, explained in a minute. You'll see it. And yeah, it takes a little bit more than a minute. Don't be a freaking jacket. Oh, it says explained in a minute, but I see a time of 2 minutes and go F yourself. How about that? That's an official time. 2 minutes and go F yourself. That's why it's in parentheses, jackass. Anyway, so, yes, one of her minor powers is, in fact, to communicate with animals. So when Rain is in her wolf form, or a partial wolf form, Danny is able to communicate with her. That's one of her original mutant powers. So, boom, yes, she does in fact have her powers back. At least that one. So, very, very excited for that. The one and only question I ever asked Mr. Rosenberg, well, besides when I met him, actually, I didn't even ask him any questions when I met him in person. I'm just like, dude, I love your work. You're awesome. Oh my God, the stuff that you've done is amazing. The big thing with the end of the New Mutants Dead Souls, the final issue came out where they all died, or pretty much died, and that was like, nobody expected that. I still didn't even ask him about that because I didn't want to get into it with him with that. Not like we're going to get into a row, but I didn't want to bother him with all that. I just wanted to show him the proper respect and get a selfie or so and an autograph. Anyway, he's a really nice guy in person. But I did ask him one question, private DM on Twitter, and just like, I don't want to answer any questions like that. He didn't actually respond to me directly, which is fine, but I guess a lot of people have been asking, please don't ask questions about what's happening with the X-Men. I'd rather just explain them all in the comic book. So I respect that. That's cool. And the question that I did ask that I couldn't wait for, my girl Danny Moonstar, does she have her powers? So yeah, that was ignored unceremoniously, and I'm okay with it. Whatever, it is what it is. No expectations. So this was, like I said, probably the best damn issue, in my opinion, absolutely the best issue of Uncanny X-Men thus far. That's saying a lot. That's saying a whole lot. I'm so excited for this character joining the team. No spoilers, unless you see my Twitter or Instagram post, which will be going up shortly, because hell yeah! All right, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.